Hello everyone, we're going to skip a couple sections here. This section only talks more about communism, and we have discussed that quite enough already. However, I do want to point out the various estimates of death claimed to have been caused by atheism, as this changes quite a bit. First, it's between 40.4 million and 259.4 million, and then it gets more specific with an estimate that does fall in that range at 110.28 million. This section here simply lists the tools that religious people have used to combat the growing skepticism toward religion's claims. In this section, there are only a few things to address. First, it talks about how Alexander, I can't pronounce his last name, he's a Russian author, won the Nobel Prize, but admits that it was in literature, and I find that a bit questionable. Then it quotes him agreeing with the sentiment that men have forgotten God, and that is why the events discussed in the previous episode took place. This is in context. However, he was also an extreme right-wing fundamentalist who said in a commencement speech he gave at Harvard that America was spiritually weak, mired in vulgar materialism, had a decline in courage, and had a lack in manliness. In one of his works, he comes off as anti-Semitic, but this is still hotly debated, and from what I can understand, I think that the accusation is an out-of-context exaggeration of his views. On this page, the estimates previously discussed change again to 148 million by Theodore Beale, a Christian author who writes under the name Vox Dei. What bothers me most about these accusations is not their inconsistency, however, because there can be a number of valid reasons why this inconsistency exists. It is that the deaths are being directly attributed to atheism. Admittedly, I do have some bias which greatly increases my skepticism. However, I must contest the very notion that these millions of deaths were a direct result of atheism, and suggest that they were, or that they are, the result of power-hungry, evil people willing to do what it takes to obtain and keep power. The difference between the accusations that religion kills and atheism kills is that religion can be directly attributed to causing the deaths that it did. Many religions teach their followers to kill non-believers, including Christianity. As we've seen, atheism must be put through the filter of communism, a political system notoriously hated in the West, in order to be demonized to this level. Okay, this is the last section we're going to do in this video, and I'm going to go ahead and read it to you and then respond. Atheism and charity. Concerning the issue of atheism and uncharitableness, the evidence indicates that per capita charitable giving by atheists and agnostics in America is significantly less than by theists, according to a study by the Barna Group. The typical no-faith American donated just $200 in 2006, which is more than 7 times less than the amount contributed by the prototypical active faith adult, $1,500. Even when church-based giving is subtracted from the equation, active faith adults donated twice as many dollars last year as did atheists and agnostics. In fact, while just 7% of active faith adults failed to contribute any personal funds in 2006, that compares with 22% among the no-faith adults. A comprehensive study by Harvard University professor Robert Putnam found that religious people are more charitable than their irreligious counterparts. The study revealed that 40% of worship service attending Americans volunteer regularly to help the poor and elderly, as opposed to 15% of Americans who never attend services. Moreover, religious individuals are more likely than non-religious individuals to volunteer for school and youth programs, a neighborhood or civic group, and for health care. This entire page is misleading by the facts of it is not up to date, and religious organizations count themselves as a charity. They reflect 8-year-old statistics and findings. I would not wager that atheists are still less giving when it comes to charities, but we should examine who these Christians are giving their money to get a clearer idea of who is actually more giving. As we saw when you took out church-based giving 8 years ago, the gap dropped from 7 times to only twice as much. This forces the idea that Christians are very selective in what charity they give to, which they are considering their lack of giving to non-religious charities. In December of 2013, a far more recent study than the 8-year-old one cited in Conservapedia, it was found that 3/4 of American giving goes to religion. If we look at transparency, we see the largest transparent charity in the U.S. is run by an atheist.